Simone, I want to tell you about a video game that I've played for about maybe 4 hours now that I still know virtually nothing about.
This sounds like it'll be educational.
Kind of. I would like it to be educational for me. This is Hyper Light Drifter, a game that's been in the works for a while. This is like the intro to the game, and I included it in this video because it is
brutal.
Like, fucking well, yeah, but it's also like totally gorgeous, like out of this world style Eric Chahi animation shit that I'm like so deep into.
I'm in love with this already.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a 2D action game. That has a fairly... that's not good. You hate to see that. It has a fairly simplistic sort of control scheme. You control this little guy who can dash around. You dash with the A button, and that's sort of like the main locomotion mechanic in the game. Mm-hmm. And then you have a sword button and a gun button, and you get ammo for your gun by hitting things with swords.
Everything you need in the world.
That's like more or less it. That's like pretty much all there is to the game.
So very economically simple.
Very economically simple, but simple, that's the only time I will use the word simple to describe this game, because it's also like hard as hell. One thing that is sort of, it's both good and bad, is that the game doesn't tell you literally anything. Other than a few like tool tips, it's like press the B button to fire your gun.
Oh snap, were you just like dashing across invisible pathways there?
Yeah. There's a lot of like secret hidden stuff to dig up and find. Other than a few like tool tips, there's no written dialogue and there's no written language in the game at all. Mm-hmm. Like all the dialogue that you have is through those little pictograms where people try to like describe the world to you through images, and that's like all you get in terms of world building. The game starts you out in the center of this hub town and gives you like 4 directions of these 4 different levels to go toward, and doesn't tell you which way to go first, doesn't tell you what you're doing, doesn't tell you what the point of the game is, doesn't tell you literally anything. There you see hit the left bumper to heal. That's like it. That's like all you get.
And you just gotta remember.
You see I got those health packs up there in the top left. That is how you keep yourself alive, because you only ever have 5 hit points in this game. Okay. And you will need all 5 of them.
Do enemies do 1 hit point of damage, or does it?
Well, those big bird enemies do 2 hit points of damage. Like, yeah, they can get real bad real fast. So the game's combat encounters usually take place in these really tight corridors where they throw huge groups of enemies at you, and then you just gotta kind of survive it. And you do that by like dodging and dashing and just keeping yourself alive.
Shooting and swording.
Yeah, through any means necessary. Like, things move so quickly, and they feel kind of panicked, but if you like lose control and you just start button mashing, like you're gonna die 100% of the time. Like, you have to be so deliberate. Like, I don't want to get into that room. That room has 4 of those double damage bird enemies, and yet here I go. So it's really difficult.
R.I.P.
It's very, very satisfying though. Like, when you manage to like pull off these maneuvers, it feels really good, but moreover, like, it looks just slick as shit. So there you saw me pick up a little yellow chip. There's an upgrade system in the game. We're back in that hub town that you saw me in earlier. You can buy upgrades to the health packs you carry, or your sword, or the different guns that you find in the game.
So when you say you learn strategies along the way, like, do the different enemies have different attack styles and things like that? Or how are you learning?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. And each area kind of has like a different thing. Like in the this is a fun little. Fun. Sometimes just like the platforming stuff is like the most brutal stuff in the game.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love and hate this.
That one I just got kind of pinched by. This game is very, very, very difficult. But I think it's, for the most part, it's a good difficulty. Like, you are, I feel myself getting constantly better at the game. And the punishment for death is like not like severe at all. I think it would be annoying if it went with like more of a Dark Souls, like, oh, that checkpoint you have to get back here from is way far away. It's when you die, you usually start out like right outside the room that you died in. But like, look at this.
This is like terrible. You have nowhere to go.
It's absolutely awesome though. So yeah, it's the kind of difficulty where like there's an upgrade system in the game, but you have to like, you can't. It's hard to purchase the upgrades. Like, it takes you a while to get enough resources to get the upgrades. Even then, like, you're not going to be able to get everything. So really, like, the main way that you get past parts that you get stuck in is to just play it and practice it and learn and get better at the game. And like,
throw yourself at it over and over again.
Yeah, you just got to kind of beat your head against it, and I think it handles that mostly in a way that is like cool, and not in a way that is like needlessly punitive.
Well, because it looks so fast, like so fast paced, and if there's not a lot of repetition, like you're not being driven all the way back, then I'm fine with that kind of style of gameplay.
Yeah, there's very little downtime in the game. Like you will come across a lot of these different rooms. A lot of the game is sort of exploration based, and again, I don't know if I have any of this in the video. The probably my biggest complaint about the game is that the map sort of follows along the cryptic sort of iconography of the rest of the game, which is to say it's very imparsable, which is to say hard to parse, and that wasn't me saying the word impossible in like a weird accent. It's like really, really hard to read, and you are looking for these specific objectives to like get these keys to unlock doors so you can beat the area boss in each place. And it can be really, really, really difficult to tell like where those keys are, because the map doesn't always move along with you. It just sort of shows your face in like a gigantic room, and it's like the key's in here somewhere.
Oh, that's interesting.
There's also an underground to like every area in the map.
Is that a bird with a hat doing some potions?
A lot of stuff going on here. Yeah,
lot happening.
These are the different upgrades you can buy. Like I can expand the ammo for my pistol. I can buy this charge up sword maneuver.
That is a stylish mouse.
Yes, probably the best mouse.
I've
probably just the best mouse, period.
Yeah. Is this the boss?
This is the boss, yeah. So this is the end of the north route of the game, which I mentioned on Twitter last night.
I saw that.
Don't go to the north route first if you're gonna play this game, because this is the hardest boss I've fought so far. But this gives you an idea of like what these boss fights are like, and like just how much you have to like practice to nail it down, because it took me maybe 15 tries to take this guy down, which I think in the grand scheme of things isn't like too terribly bad. That's probably on par with like a Souls game boss difficulty.
Yeah. Or a Zelda, and I've heard it compared a lot to Zelda.
Oh no, it's way harder than a Zelda. Like, yeah, no, it kind of looks and feels like a 2D top-down action RPG.
You are just getting murdered.
Yeah, no, it was a very frustrating hour I spent trying to take this boss down. But I mean,
but you learned.
I did eventually do it, and not only that, like you can do any of the paths at any point. Like there is no order to do them in. I only recommend not doing this one first, because this is the hardest boss fight I've done so far.
Yeah.
I've done 3 of the 4 wings now at this point. But you can do any wing at any point, so if anything's too tough for you, you can always bail and go to one of the other like parts and look for those upgrade currencies. And
even with the boss fights, like when you die, do you restart in this chamber, or
right
can you
outside,
just skedaddle?
Right on the steps outside of this room.
Oh, is he like vomiting blood? Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in this game. Not exactly sure what that means, again, because there's no dialogue to tell you what's going on. But I dig that. Like it's on some Fez shit of just like you're in this weird cryptic world full of like symbols that you can't read and people you can't understand, and good luck figuring it out. Anyway,
hella atmospheric.
This is Hyper Light Drifter. It's slick as hell. I've been liking it a lot, and it's out on Steam right now.